It is just after 4 o'clock. Happy Purple Friday to you and yours. I guess I can refer to you as the Cream Crew or Concurrent Creamers. Go see the Ravens Lunch Hour live stream towards the end when I started doing super chats to make sure you get the inside lingo, I should say, on that one. It's an inside joke, I suppose. So, yeah, we're going to let that rip since it's Friday. I'm glad you guys can be with me today. It's brought to you by my friends at Primary Residential Mortgage, and we have a lot to get off our chests here to begin the stream. And, of course, we're gearing up on 24 hours out from Wild Card Weekend. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff in Baltimore at the bank. It's Ravens and Steelers with a chance to go to the divisional round, which could very well be the Buffalo Bills on the road in Western New York. A bunch of different players looking for their first Super Bowl win, their first Super Bowl appearance, and of course, Lamar Jackson, perhaps MV3 as a shoo-in based on what we learned today, is certainly one of those on the screen that's looking to win his first. Associated Press All-Pro list came out today. First team offense and first team defense is what you see up on the screen right now. And for a second consecutive year, Lamar is the first team All-Pro quarterback. Saquon is the running back. Pat Ricard got the fullback honor. Brock Bowers, tremendous rookie season for the Vegas Raiders, gets the tight end nod. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Amon-Ra St. Brown were the wide receiver selections. Left tackle Tristan Wirfs in Tampa Bay. Joe Tooney in Kansas City, along with Creed Humphrey at left guard and center, respectively. Quinn Miners at right guard. And Detroit's Penei Sewell somehow, some way, outlasts Lane Johnson in Philadelphia to take the right tackle honor. As far as the defensive side of things, you'll see a couple Ravens on there, including Roquan Smith at linebacker and Marlon Humphrey for a second time. I believe it's Roquan's third. So congratulations to those guys. The edge rushers, Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson. Defensive linemen, Cameron Hayward, of course, in Pittsburgh. Chris Jones, Zach Bound, the other linebacker from Philly, along with Fred Warner in San Francisco. Pat Surtain, the corner from Denver, and an elite one at that. Derek Stingley Jr. in there as well from Houston. The aforementioned Marlon Humphrey, and the two safeties, Kirby Joseph and Xavier McKinney, edge out Kyle Hamilton, who, of course, got second team All-Pro honors, courtesy of the Associated Press. So here's the breaking news that we just learned a short while ago from Bovada, American Sportsbook. Got a big following. Bovada Casino is a thing as well. And just a short while ago, before I could even put it in the document, which means we'll go to the screen share feature, there is a new betting favorite for NFL MVP. Lamar Jackson shifted plus 300 to minus 260. Josh has gone from minus 500 to plus 200 after he is edged out by Lamar for, again, first team All-Pro honors, not just from the players. The NFL Players Association agreed. Pro Football Focus, PFF, agreed. And now 50 distinguished media members, most of whom will have a vote and did have a vote. Ballots were due on Wednesday for NFL MVP. All agreed, or at least 30 of them agreed, that Lamar Jackson is this year's most valuable player, or in this case, is worthy of being first team All-Pro. 30 voters of those 50 media members gave first place votes to Lamar, which is why he took home a second consecutive first team All-Pro, AP All-Pro honor. Josh received 18 first place votes, and Joe Burrow received 2 of them. And how could it be any more, being that the Cincinnati Bengals are not in the postseason? So the betting odds have shifted. That is your breaking news. We won't find out the winner, of course, until Super Bowl week, leading into Super Bowl Sunday. And as Greg Rosenthal reminded everybody, an annual reminder that All-Pro and MVP ballots are the same voters, which is what I just referenced. Lamar will have the most first-place MVP votes and has almost certainly won his third MVP. He goes on to write, within that thread, as expected, a close vote and the ballots now asking voters to list spots 1 through 5 adds a bit more uncertainty than usual in case some voters buried Lamar, but not much. He should win. And then Nick Wright pointed out something that some voters may split their vote and make the mental gymnastics to believe that Allen was more valuable, quote, valuable, even if not named first team. While it doesn't make sense to me, it is possible in a race with unique dynamics. So again, look, you want to talk about the percentages, the chances of Lamar being, which we now know is absolutely true, the first team All-Pro, according to the Associated Press, the NFL Players Association, Pro Football Focus, so on and so forth. What are the chances that he's not named league MVP? Well, there's a great chart here put together by a pro football writer by the name of Scott Kasmar. And Scott has been on top of this. And let me make sure I get his credentials correct here. Scott is, he's a part of the Pro Football Writers of America. And he's an NFL writer based out of Pittsburgh. I'll show you his profile real quick. He's the guy that Sarah and I have been sharing quite often, honestly, in recent days, because he's been all in on analyzing this MVP race to the nth degree. So there he is, Scott Kasmar, I think it is, or Kaxmar. So anyway, he put together an incredible chart that I wanted to share with you. Because only one time in history basically what this chart shows, there's only been one time over the last 17 years, right, that a player named first team All-Pro by the Associated Press didn't go on to win NFL MVP. And as you can see, that one exception was Adrian Peterson. He was the league MVP in 2012, but Aaron Rodgers, then with the Green Bay Packers, was named AP All-Pro, first team. So tremendous chart here with a whole lot of context put together by Scott Kasmar. But just to be clear, we're talking about the last time a first-team All-Pro quarterback didn't win the award was 2012 when Adrian Peterson was named NFL MVP. So I feel relatively comfortable sharing with you a whole lot of confidence that Lamar is MV3 bound. And what a year it was. He's the 8th quarterback since the 1970 merger to earn 3 or more first-team All-Pro selections. His others, last year, as I mentioned earlier, and 2019, which, of course, was his first MVP season and his first full season as a starter in the NFL. And like I mentioned, just to reiterate, Lamar's 30 first-place votes among 50 media members, which is a national panel that will be very similar, if not exactly similar, to the NFL MVP panel and voter list, gave him 30 first-place votes. Josh Allen had 18, and Joe Burrow had 2. This was not a close race. Whether that comes to fruition for NFL MVP remains to be seen. Ballots were due on Wednesday, like I mentioned, and then obviously that announcement won't come until the NFL Honors event in the days leading up to the Super Bowl. But that's the way distinguished folks around the NFL have spoken. The NFL Players Association has spoken. The Associated Press and 50 distinguished media members have spoken. Pro Football Focus has spoken. Richard Sherman has spoken. Many others that have votes have spoken. And it is abundantly clear that Lamar's historic transformative season is putting him in the driver's seat for a third MVP. And I know a lot of you gearing up for tomorrow's playoff game have your vision and sights set on a different trophy, and deservedly so. But this continues to etch his legacy, put him in unique territory. And my, oh my, what a season it was for Lamar, which is absolutely being reflected by everything you're seeing right now and the accolades that continue to pour in now that the regular season is officially in the rearview mirror. We learned earlier yesterday that Zay Flowers will not be available for Lamar Jackson. He's missing this wild card game with a knee, and maybe, just maybe, he'll be ready to go if Baltimore can advance into the divisional round. And that brings me to a conversation that was had this morning on First Take between Ryan Clark, Cam Newton, and Stephen A. Smith. And it's, do you expect Lamar to struggle without his number one wide receiver, who, of course, is coming off a Pro Bowl earning nod and a 1,000-yard receiving season? Cam Newton said, not so fast.
Okay.
Lamar year like a man possessed. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson has been playing this year like a man possessed. Now, and I respect that. I think we've put him to the challenge to say nothing else matters but the Super Bowl ring. Mm-hmm. And yet he still finds ways to impress. He still finds ways to not just impress on his side, to get guys involved like the Derrick Henrys, like the Isaiah Likeleys, like the Mark Andrews, and even the Zay Flowers. And then the level of play of that team looks different than other teams. And he's accepted the truth of knowing that, yes, I have to be better than what the expectation is, and he still has delivered. So I'm going with, the Ravens primarily just off of Lamar not letting nobody down this year.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do, especially in his position. Mm-hmm. He's in the middle of a rock and a hard place, and he's still delivered.
Cam Newton always coming to the defense of Lamar Jackson, and I'm with him. Not that he needs to be defended, not that he needs to be, protected. It's that this team has never been in a situation where it is more prepared to handle the blow of losing your number one wide receiver throughout the Lamar era than they are right now. They got the deepest tight end room in the entire league. You've got one of the deepest, most versatile backfields in the entire league. And you've got a guy in Rashad Bateman who continues to prove himself in what's been a prove-it kind of year for him, with 9 total touchdowns, over 650 yards receiving. And I think when you add that in with the fact that this defense has rounded into form over the last month or so and has talent at all 3 levels and consistently stops the run and dominates in the trenches and has a double, and I got to make sure that I get this correct. I think it was last night that I mentioned Kyle Van Noy and Odafe Owe are the first duo Ravens pass rushers to hit the double-digit sack category in the same season. And I think I legitimately said Terrell Suggs and Elvis Gerback. Elvis was a quarterback. I meant Elvis Doomerville. So excuse me on that one. Just a slight little brain fart on that one. That's what I get for friggin' streaming too late last night. So there's talent on all 3 levels, and it's home field advantage, and the Ravens understand what's at stake. And this is the finishing touches of what should be a revenge. All year long it was like, do we acknowledge the AFC Championship? Do we not? Is it being over talked about? So on and so forth. And while it was addressed plenty early on, especially at the start of training camp, at the beginning of the year, for a long time now, it's really been an afterthought. But now that the postseason's here, I think the concept of going for revenge is a real thing. And this is a revenge tour, a 4-week, 4-game revenge tour that culminates in New Orleans. I just booked my accommodations, by the way. I'm going to be staying in the French Quarter, regardless of whether the Ravens are there or not, to work Radio Row for a second consecutive year. Really looking forward to that experience. But Stephen A. was on his shit. You know how it goes by now. And while he never, ever doesn't acknowledge, he never leans away from acknowledging that Lamar Jackson is all world, all time. But he does like to hang the postseason over his head. And he did exactly that today.
I want a three. I want Cam up on. I want the American public to see Cam up on the screen right now. Here's the deal, y'all. You didn't say what I needed you to say. I know you believe in Lamar Jackson. I believe in Lamar Jackson. He's an MVP candidate. The brother's all world. Mm-hmm. What you didn't say is, he better not struggle. He better not struggle. I want to hear that. There's a two-time league MVP that is all world. And the Baltimore Ravens have resurrected themselves. They've captured the AFC North. You got that bell cow that is Derrick Henry. By the way, we've been talking so much about Saquon Barkley. We just forgot that Derrick Henry ran for nearly 2,000 yards his damn self. The man ran for over 1,900 yards. Yeah. Okay? That dude, okay? You still got that dude. Yeah, Zay Flowers might be a little bit hampered. Still got Mark Andrews. They still got Bateman. They got a couple of cats that we've seen. We've seen their defense elevate. I'm sorry, I forgot who's out. I'm sorry, he's out. Zay Flowers is out. I'm sorry. My point to you is this. We've seen their defense, particularly in the last 6 weeks of the season. You see the way this defense been playing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the defense has finally shown up and has played to expectation.
Correct.
The offense has been doing its thing. Lamar Jackson has been doing his thing.
Look at Cam's face. Look at Cam Newton's face. Is this really where he wants to be spending his time today? Maybe. Maybe it's just for show.
And you got Derrick Henry. He better not struggle. This is enough's enough. This is a two-time league MVP. 9 people in the National Football League history have won 2 league MVPs. Every single one of them is a Super Bowl champion but Lamar Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Every single one of them. At some point in time, there's nothing wrong with validating and authenticating your greatness by simply saying you got it done when it counts. We know what he's going to do in the regular season. We know what he's going to do up against suspect competition.
Suspect. Watch.
So Stephen A., you don't care that there's no Zay Flowers?
I don't care.
Okay.
Because Lamar Jackson's got Derrick Henry. Mm-hmm. All right? So all I'm saying to you is this. He's that great. Mm-hmm. It's not that he's not great. It's because of his greatness that we need the expectations.
No one's surprised by that, right? That's his shtick. That's the angle that he's choosing to take. So be it. Cam continues to troll him. Cam's a great asset. I love listening to Cam Newton. Let's do this once and for all. And then it won't happen again because the postseason is officially beginning and our attention should be elsewhere. We will, once and for all, entering the 2024-25 postseason, look these numbers in the eye, understand them, digest them, and then move on from them. Lamar Jackson's a different quarterback in the postseason. He is nothing short of generational in the regular season. He has a career win-loss record of 70-24. A total QBR throughout that sample size of 67. A 65% completion percentage. He makes up for 7.8 yards per attempt. He's thrown over 160 touchdowns to 49 interceptions throughout that sample size. In the playoffs, a 6-game sample size in which he's 2-4. A total QBR on average of 53, a completion percentage of 57. 6.8 yards per attempt is 1 whole yard less than his average during the regular season. And of course, he's thrown as many touchdowns as he has interceptions with 6. This is the reality. Do I think it's misunderstood in a sense? The right-hand side? And all the numbers that come along with the playoffs? Somewhat. 2019 and last year were both first-round buys. In some sense, that could go in as wins. And if you were 4-4, would it be such a big conversation? Probably not. But that's not how it works. The numbers don't lie. Lamar hasn't been good. And whether it's him getting antsy, as he said earlier this week, or a perfect storm or inexperience earlier on in his career in 2018 and 2019. He's got to do something about it. There's nobody that's denying that. But to sit here and not have confidence while leaning on, what have you done for me lately? And oh, by the way, Lamar's done quite a bit lately. A historic season, never before seen in the history of this National Football League at the quarterback position. Why not feel good hanging your hat on being able to lean on what it was that Lamar is and was this year, and understanding, why wouldn't that carry into the postseason? He's got the experience under his belt. He's been there. He's got the calluses. He's got a Hall of Fame running back now at his arsenal that he didn't have a year ago. He's got the home field advantage, at least in the wild card round. We'll see what happens after that. I choose to lean on, what have you done for me lately, rather than what you've been to this point. And that's where I'm at. This episode is brought to you by my friends at Primary Residential Mortgage. And they have a message for you this tax season. You can turn your tax refund into a new home. PRMI has a wide variety of loans requiring little to no down payment. Your tax refund could cover it all. You could use it to cover closing costs, pay down existing debt, pay for upgrades to your existing home to increase its value. And on top of that, Primary Residential Mortgage is going to cover your closing costs up to $750 for applications that are submitted by February 9th of 2025. That's under a month away. I would love for you guys to take advantage of this. One of you actually just did, by the name of Dave, as we all remember earlier this week, who live chatted me in, letting me know that he took advantage of this offer, which was awesome, and he's on his way to a new home. So some of you are actively taking advantage of this incentive. I hope that you will consider doing so as well if you're thinking about it. You can apply through the PRMI Mid-Atlantic website today. Just mention my name throughout your application process so that you can redeem that offer. And there's a link that's at the top of the show notes where you can get started today. Thanks to Primary Residential Mortgage for the continued support that they give me. And thanks to all of you for being with me on this late afternoon, Purple Friday, as we enter into what's going to be a short weekend because it's a Saturday game and an 8 o'clock kickoff inside the bank. More All Pros, according to the Associated Press, which of course consisted of 50 distinguished media members. Marlon Humphrey, a first-teamer. Roquan Smith, a first-teamer as well. After a slow start to his year for reasons that we've outlined in recent days. What an honor, not only from the NFL Players Association, but from the Associated Press as well. Both of these guys earned first-team nods for the Ravens defense and have become mainstays. Pat Ricard gets his first opportunity at cracking the first-team All-Pro list. Ravens fullback, former undrafted rookie out of Maine. You talk about a mainstay. No pun intended. Congratulations, Pat. This guy's always doing the dirty work. And you better believe that his running mate over there on the right-hand side of the screen, who was named second team just because of an all-world historical kind of season from Saquon Barkley, you know Derrick Henry has enjoyed having Pat Ricard clearing his path and quite literally escorting him week in and week out. So Pat Ricard gets first team. Derrick Henry gets second team, according to the Associated Press. And another second team honoree, that is Kyle Hamilton. PFF had him as the only defensive back with a grade of 85 plus in both coverage and run defense in 2024. This dude remains locked down. Whatever he is paid this offseason, it ain't going to be enough. Let's open up the live chats. And what I mean by that is let's open up the guest line. You can visit the show notes, or I should say you can visit the live chat. That's where I just dropped the link. If you're in the Twitter space pop on over to YouTube. You can join the Bobby Baltimore Discord server while you're at it. Would love for you guys to join. It's a pinned comment right now in the live chat. It's a 24/7 hub for conversations surrounding Baltimore sports. We talk football. We talk baseball. Everybody's talking about the betting odds shifting towards Lamar's favor, of course. I thought I saw some funny screenshots earlier here from our Ravens lunch hour live stream earlier today on the vault. And it was when I was solo because Sarah was enjoying a birthday lunch with her daughter. Her daughter, London, turned 12 today. Oh, this is good right here. The super chat of the day belongs to Yvette. Yvette Biggs, who wrote, well, I'll say what she wrote, and then I'll say what I think she meant. And I think you guys all understand that. Screaming, go Ravens. I think she meant screaming. Call all from the D, org from Bmore. Went to tailgate. Bobby is taller than I thought. As far as the name, make it bigger than just Bmore. We are everywhere. The first part of that super chat got a whole lot of love from a rowdy live chat at around 1:15. My face front went from, yeah, Brian, let me see if I can decipher what this means to, oh, I know what it means. All right. Yeah. Oh, I know what it means. Yeah. Well, I don't believe Yvette's goal or intention was to get us down this road on a Friday, but she has, and that's where we stand. And it's as if Bobby After Dark. Oh, by the way, I'm kind of excited about this. Right here, you see this? We're doing a giveaway on Saturday. Get your super chats ready. We're thinking about having a minimum, because this is like a $200 piece, but the same Maryland flag backdrop that you have behind me, we are giving one of those away. I believe we're doing it. Let me just check this too, because this is going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow's post-game show, there will be a giveaway. And let me figure out what the size is going to be real quick. It's the traditional Maryland flag backdrop. It's an 18 by 12. And same thing as always. Post-game show, vault. Get your super chats ready to go. But yeah, this is what we're giving away tomorrow. Right here. One of these suckers. 18 by 12. So, get ready. You already know. Same rules apply. That's right, Holly. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop in a super chat. Same rules apply. We'll probably do a minimum just because this is an expensive piece. So we'll probably do one minimum, but we just locked that in today. Jeff Zaribek of The Athletic just put out a note here. Since the Ravens play at 8 p.m. tomorrow, they have until 4 p.m. tomorrow to make roster additions before the game. Other than Zay, they are healthy, but they could always add a wide receiver from the practice squad like an Anthony Miller, or they could activate Deontay Hardy, or make a move to augment their special teams. That from The Athletic's Jeff Zaribek a short while ago. We'll see what they choose to do. In recent weeks, they have called up Anthony Miller on game day. See if they do it again. To the guest lines we go on this Friday, and wonder if we're going down to Houston this time, or maybe, just maybe, Mexico City is the case. But before we do, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to throw in the guest link to the chat right now. And then what I'll do is I'll pin the comments so that you guys can pop on, share a word with me, and give me your predictions as well. 27-17 is what I have coming up tomorrow night. Sarah has 24-17. Brooke Pryor, who joined us earlier from the Pittsburgh perspective, ESPN Steelers reporter, she had 21-17 Ravens. What say you, my friend? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Prediction. Give it to us.
Prediction or predictions?
I think you know the rule around here. Give me a singular prediction, Mr. Manuel.
All right. How to put it? I think it's going to be 27-14.
27-14. Jamari has 35-13. Chris has 32-17. King Lee has 27-10. Holly's going big, 32-14. Mike says 38-20. Takashi says 42-13. They're flying in right now. Is anybody going to come on and tell me front facing? Come on. Let's go. Get that guest lines going. What else you got for me today, brother?
What else I got for you? Well, there's cold over here in Houston.
Oh, you're still in Houston. Okay.
Yeah, it's like low 20s.
Okay. That's for Houston standards. They must be absolutely stunned.
Yeah, it's cold. It's been cold the whole week, so we're just trying to stay warm, for the little plants that we have over here. Just get them inside because it's not like the neighbors on our right had theirs covered and they just uncovered it and it was like all dying. It's like nope.
Oh yeah. There's been very little that's melted up in the ball, up here, and then upstate New York. Forget about it. It's like it's a tundra. So
Yeah.
Weather's gonna be something. You're just making me think. Let's actually do this right now. Let's go get a weather report. Let's do this.
Yeah, weather's going to be a factor, and more so on Buffalo, because if it's going to be windy and cold over there, even though they've been playing in the cold, but Baltimore cold is nothing like Buffalo's cold.
Oh yeah. Buffalo is bone-chillingly cold, and that's probably where they're going to end up being. All right, let's do this. Wow, the amount of pop-ups on the Weather Channel. Holy hell. So, all right, tonight, periods of snow, a low of 29, light winds, chance of snow. Yeah, so, okay, there's only going to be a dusting tonight in Baltimore, 1 inch of snow expected, but obviously
tomorrow's going to be good.
But we more so care about Saturday. So, okay, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing, high of 36, winds 10 to 20, and then at night, this is what we care about. Clear skies, low of 28, 10 to 15 mile an hour winds. Honestly, that is pretty encouraging. Yeah, that's encouraging.
Yeah,
that will feel balmy based on what's happening in the wild card in Western New York. What is up with the pop-ups? Holy hell.
They got to make money. Remember.
Well, they're making money off me. I'll tell you that. So anyway, that is your forecast from meteorologist Bob.
I expect Bobby, because I put on the Discord, promoting the Discord. On the Discord, I put a picture of 2 plays that they can use Keaton Mitchell with. It's on the football channel.
Stand by. Let's do a real. When was it?
I think it was yesterday. So.
Oh, look at Brian. Look at Brian's house.
Wow.
See, this is the type of stuff in the Discord you don't get anywhere else. Like Brian is dropping in Ravens snowman in front of his nice house. I like the stone. Got a decent amount of snow. Where you at, Brian? All right, let's see. This is insane right here. They definitely have to draft a quarterback, and Deshaun might not even be available after rupturing his Achilles again. He might not even be available next fall.
I think it's one of the worst trades ever.
Oh, it's that, but it will go down as the worst contract perhaps in the history of professional sports. So as you can see, there is plenty of chatter here constantly. Is this it? No. What's Mike?
That's
Mike. What is Mike doing here? Oh, he's looking at flights to Baltimore. That's hilarious. Go get it, Mike. Yeah. Oh, this is for real. A couple people hit me up about this. There's a lot of tickets for sale, and that does not bode well for the amount that Pittsburgh could come through. A couple people sent me this too. This is funny how things get viral. I had a bunch of friends send me this today. I had no idea what it was, and then sure enough, it's in my Discord server. Yeah. Where the hell are your plays?
Very up above.
Unreal. Well, talk us through it while I get to them.
Well, it's actually using there we go.
All right.
It's actually using Keaton Mitchell as Zay Flowers with Derek and Justice, because Keaton has that speed, so we can actually use. He may not have that shiftiness that Zay has, but at least you keep him on them toes, and you can actually use him as a wide receiver over there. So on the play above, I have him as the right wide out, just going inside and then out. And then in the play up down below, it's almost like a wishbone formation, but using Kolar, Andrews, and Likely in that bunch formation. Because what you need is, I would have added Pat Ricard, but no, just because of the fact that what you can do with Kolar is another tight end, another pass catcher. So if you don't decide to run, you can just open it up, and that will actually keep them. It's still heavy. You can still push them. You can still make contact. So
Pat's not going to be happy. He just named first team All Pro for the first time. He wants to be involved in every play. Interim.
I know, but for that we got a special play. I mean, you can actually, instead of Derrick Henry to give him rest, you put in Michael Pierce as the fullback, and then you put Pat Ricard as the running back.
I mean, shoot, when it's time to pay Pat next, they might just be not breaking the bank and going with MP. He might have just stolen Pat Ricard's job. Play number 2, walk us through it, and we'll bring in Jewel.
Play number 2, it's more so like a wishbone. So for the running formation, they just push straight. You can either hand it to Henry, Keaton going to the left, or Lamar keeps it and goes to the right. So in that way, is pick your poison on the run. And if you decide to actually just pass it, same concept. Fake it to Henry, fake it to Keaton, and let the tight ends. I think I have. Let me get to the Discord because I don't have it over here real quick. But I have Likely going. This is bad. This is bad interview for me. Not having it over here.
We all just want Justice involved in the screen game. Give me some Justice screens early.
I have Likely going to the flat. Andrews going also to the flat on the outside, and the only one inside is Likely, just to sit there on the linebacker zone.
All right, everybody in the Cream crew is currently evaluating your interview. We'll get back to you to see if you'll get a second follow-up. Have a great weekend, brother. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
All right. See you later, man.
Later, man. Stay warm down there. What up?
What's going on, Bobby? How you doing, man?
Well, it's just good to see you again. We just weren't sure what was going on last time.
It was a lot of
you got 15 nephews that's running through the living room, and your sister looked like she was absolutely ready to spear me.
Yeah, she's mellow. She has different type of moods, so we gotta keep the inner beast in her calm. So
I was like, she either doesn't want the camera in her face or she wants to smack me silly.
Oh no, she's cool with it. It's just everybody says that when they see her, like she's always angry at people, but she's not. She's not like that. She's a gentle, loving soul.
All right.
Let's put it that way.
Well, hey, externally, though, it certainly doesn't show that.
Right. It don't seem like it, but she is, man. She definitely is. I know how she is. So she's a kind-hearted soul.
Chat's telling me that I should make a move, but I could never go against the bro code like that. So,
well, I mean,
but the thought of marrying a black woman, though, is certainly enticing. To be honest with you.
I mean, she
I probably would.
She may be a tough one to crack, man. So I don't know.
She'd be tough, but then it would go against the bro code, and then. But can you imagine me, my white ass, with a straight up beautiful black woman?
She'll change your life, man. She'll change your life, man. I'm telling you, she'll definitely change your life. I'll put it that way.
Let's save this for the after dark, and you tell us what you got going on tonight.
We'll save that for the later time. But I just want to jump on here to give two things: my prediction and my reaction to the All Pro voting for Lamar, and obviously Bill's Mafia crying about it. So my prediction, well, obviously I say the Ravens are going to win. Obviously, score is going to be, I'll say 33-17. I know last time they scored, what was it, 34 points?
It was, wasn't it like 34-17 or something?
Yeah, it should have been more, but I'll double down and they say 33-17. So I'll double down on that.
All right,
But it could be more.
33-17, you're thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think they'll cover the spread. They obviously will.
34-17, it was the 21st of December, and then the first time they played, it was 18-16, of course, in a game that Pittsburgh didn't even score a touchdown.
Exactly. I think the Steelers will give us a fight, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Ravens have too much firepower, and they're too focused right now. They know what's at stake, and they've been talking about it all week since last year. So they want this. They're not going to let the Steelers stop them from where they got to go to. So this going to be a good litmus test for them until they
time to get the icing on the cake, baby. Icing on the cake for the revenge tour starts now.
Yes,
and
sir.
The cake's already been made. It's just trying to kind of decorate it a little bit and go on a little 4-game winning streak, which would end up becoming an 8-game winning streak coming off the bye week. So
yeah,
we'll see.
It absolutely. And the magic number is 28 for Lamar because he turned 28. So
you got 28, 12 years since the title, then 12 years prior to that. I mean, we all know the
number
trends
coding
that everybody's kind of hanging their hats on. Yep.
Exactly. The number coding is, I mean, it's hard to deny that. So that's a good thing. And also the MVP, the AP voting. I mean, for me, I've been saying like all season, I really didn't really care too much about the MVP voting. I mean, for me, I just wanted him to get that Super Bowl. I mean, he has nothing left to accomplish in the regular season. I mean, we all know how he's been destroying every single narrative that comes out there, but they want to keep bringing up a new narrative, and he just keeps shutting them up, So only thing for him is to get that playoff record going and get a Super Bowl to the city, like he's promised. And then for Bills fans, I mean, they care about it more than we do. I couldn't, like I said, I don't care care about it at all, but apparently they do because they're melting down on X and Bleacher Report and all that. Yeah, like they cannot stand the fact that their guy that they pound the table for and all that, and they just feel like he deserves all this and that and third. I'm like, no, it's not deserved, it's earned. And Lamar earned that by being way better statistically than Josh Allen. Not saying Josh Allen didn't have a great year, but Lamar's just better. It's just the facts are the facts. That's just how it is. And if he wins it, which I'm pretty sure he probably will, there's going to be a fact in that, and they want to flip the narrative on that. So it is what it is. So
they're gonna have to come to terms with it because this is what's going on. 30 first place votes from the 50 distinguished media members went Lamar's way for first team AP All Pro. Josh received 18. Burrow received 2. Jewel, enjoy the weekend, brother. I'm sure we'll catch up with you on the pregame show and talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Could be my next brother-in-law. Who knows?
The fact that you're just leaning into it makes me incredibly happy.
I wouldn't mind it, you know.
I'm about to go see if Taurus has got a sister real quick. Watch this. I'm about to go see if Taurus has got a sister. Stand by. He's looking at me like, even if I did, she wouldn't be yours. I promise you that. Just to be clear, bro code is priority number 1 for me, as I told Julian. So we'll have a little fun. We'll go back and forth. But when push comes to shove, I got to go somewhere else. Hey, unless you got a sister.
Hey, but no, my sister's taken right now, Bobby, man. Sorry, man.
I wouldn't do it anyway. Look at you. You got your ski mask on today. Look at this. You're channeling your inner Lamar.
This is Channel 3, man. Shout out to my dog Crochet, man. But man. Nice. And shouts out to Lamar Clothing Line too, man. I ain't got some of his gear right now with me, but I got a couple of his things. Not the cologne. I ain't doing the cologne, but
yep.
Yeah, man. Aside from that though, but I think this game is gonna be, of course, it gotta come down to Lamar handling his business, the offense doing their thing, but I think the pass rush is something we got to look forward to. I'm expecting Oway to step it up, expecting BK to step it up, and Kyle to hopefully keep the foot on the pedal, man, because it's gonna be big for us. I think if we get Russell rattled early, we should be good. We should be good, man.
Yeah, it's 2 elite defensive fronts. They can stop the run, but can Pittsburgh do it like they did the first time around? TJ Watt's going to be healthier, I would think, than he was December 21st when they played. But I feel pretty confident that the only way that Pittsburgh is going to have any chance of putting up points, it's not going to be running the football. Right. Not on the number 1 ranked rushing defense. So it's going to have to be through the air with Pickens and with Freiermuth.
And it sucks. It sucks. Everybody's been getting on B. Steve lately, but I love B. Steve's game. Yeah. But you better believe they're going to be going after him, Bobby.
They're going to be going after him. And guess what? I think Pickens is going to get his. He will get his tomorrow night. It's just a matter of inside the 20s. Can you do what you've done pretty well over the last month or so, and that's stand tall and force Chris Boswell to beat you? If you force Boswell to beat you yet again, it's hard for me to believe a scenario in which they can replicate a game in which you win without scoring a touchdown. That's just not going to happen again. There's no chance that happens again. I'm sure there's a chance of it, but I just don't see that happening tomorrow night. You don't get those kind of outings from Todd Monken's group more often than a couple times a year. And you just got to hope and pray going into Saturday night that those clunkers are behind them.
Yeah, man, we got to face some old demons. The cool thing about it, though, and this just isn't my specific opinion, but I just want to put it out there. I personally think as well, though, this might be the toughest matchup that we go up against, at least coaching-wise. And I feel like if we can get past this, sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit, man.
Yeah, maybe from a familiarity standpoint, but I still give that. I think I'd still give that to Kansas City, though, if they end up meeting in the AFC Championship game.
I worried about them zebras when it comes to KC. I ain't worried about everything else, man.
You're right, though, in a sense that like familiarity sometimes trumps like talent. And it's funny. Obviously, Kansas City has a more talented roster than Pittsburgh does, but that familiarity theme, and it goes both ways. Harbaugh and Tomlin know each other better than anybody in the entire league. So we'll see. They know exactly what they're going to do. Can you stop it? We'll see. Monken told Dan Orlovsky the other day in his pre-production meeting and before the Cleveland game, he essentially said, hey, I know they know what's coming when I got Ricard, Henry, Lamar, and maybe even another tight end out there as well. And guess what? I don't care if we're predictable because we can't be stopped with that kind of mass that's coming downhill. And he's right. So we'll see. To me, it's going to be won and lost as always, just like every other football game in the history of the sport, in the trenches. And then outside of that, can you take care of the football? And if you do those two things.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think the Ravens handle business and cover.
I'm with you, man.
Talk to you, brother. Enjoy it down there.
Bobby. Yes, sir, man. Y'all be safe, man.
Catch up with you soon, Torres. Yep. Have a good weekend. All right. The guest lines are moving today, man. I love it. A couple first-time callers as well. We got over 900 of you joining me concurrently right now to the Cream Crew. Asmodeus, a.k.a. Richard's in the chat. Let's go to Bobby West right now. Share a name with him. I love that. Mr. West, good to see you. Happy New Year.
Yeah, good to see you again. I've been on the program before, man. Appreciate you. Watch the vault every day. Appreciate you on, sir.
Yeah.
So when you're at this level, there's a few things going on. One, getting to the Super Bowl is about pain and being able to handle that pain and knowing what to do with that pain. I feel like at this particular time, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, the way they built, they've went through and they've experienced that pain. Pittsburgh hadn't felt that pain yet. And so that pain is going to allow them to go through Pittsburgh. I think it's important for us to go through Pittsburgh to get to the Super Bowl because we ain't getting no breaks. And so we already battle tested, but now if we really want to get that thing, you got to go through Pittsburgh. We're equally matched with Pittsburgh. No matter the records, no matter the athletes we got on either side, that intensity going to be there. That intensity that we will get from that game, if we win it, will catapult us to the Super Bowl past, quote unquote, our arch nemesis. Guaranteed. Now, without that pain, right, we might not have that juice. Okay. So I'm saying that's important to go through Pittsburgh to reach this Super Bowl. I think it put us right where we want to be, baby. Right where we want to be.
Well said. And I think on top of that, I don't think you can truly quantify the importance or the impact of keeping up with a schedule and routine. What I mean by that is when you're broken out of your routine that you've done for the previous 18 weeks, it's jarring. And it's hard. It's immeasurable, the impact that has on your team, on your psyche, on your nutrition, no matter whatever. And the fact that this team is sticking with the same exact weekly schedule that it's been on for 18 straight weeks, rather than having to decide on rest, rather than having to decide on how we spend our bye week, so on and so forth. I get it. It will always be advantageous because it's one less game. But there's something to be said about these wild card teams that come in and get hot. The old New York Giants with Eli, the past Ravens, right? They get hot and they're able to ride that momentum into the postseason. The momentum is impossible to quantify in measurables by numbers, but it's palpable. And I think that that's going to come back to really, really pay dividends for the Ravens. And again, we're not going to be able to actually decipher how, but I think that's going to happen over the course of the next few weeks.
No, you said that just right. Based off of the fact that the Ravens aren't champions, champions learn how to deal with a bye. KC, they know how to deal with the bye. We're not there yet. We need to keep this ship rolling, just like you said. One last point here before I got to go. And big up to Baltimore, right? Born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland, man. Big up to all the fans there.
What part of town?
Northwest Baltimore. Park Heights, right there.
Yes, sir.
Upper Park Heights. Okay.
Yep.
So Lamar Jackson, right? He made a statement, and you and Sarah was talking about it. It's some commentators said he was seeing ghosts. He said he was seeing it. He was seeing things, right? What he was trying to express to you was the reason he was a little jumpy, because once you get to that level, whether you're a race car driver, whether you're a running back, whether you're a good high-level basketball player, you can actually see things just before they happen, and that's how you reacted. The problem was when you're seeing it, right? Sometimes you get in there too fast. That has been his problem this year, bro. He's not doing that. He's not. He's seeing it, right? And he's going with how he see it. He's not trying to rush. Just because I see it don't mean I'm gonna rush. I'm gonna be patient and get into that move. So his biggest enemy and the team's biggest enemy will be themselves. They have to play within themselves. Simple as that. We don't need Lamar to play superhero, right? Those chances, those times will come. We don't need you to be over patient at times, right? Take what the defense give you and weather the storm, because there's going to be a moment in that game. I think you kind of talked about it, where something wild going to happen. It always happens in the Pittsburgh games.
Yeah.
Don't let that distract you. Stay the course, because you're a better team.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate you, Bob, for letting me on, man. Appreciate you on, sir. It's a great program, man. I stay locked in.
Likewise, man, Bobby. Appreciate it, and I hope you call in again.
Oh, this is my second time calling. I'm there. I got you.
Oh, I know. I remember the first time, but you outdid yourself this time around. So I look forward to round 3. All right.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Catch up with you soon. That's a great call right there. And I'm glad he brought up a couple things there, because there were 2 different media members within the last 24 hours that misrepresented what Lamar said at his press conference earlier this week. Do you guys remember what that was? He said he was antsy in past postseason games, not nervous, the way that Mike Florio put it in yesterday's rant. And he also said he was seeing things before they happen, not seeing ghosts like L. Duncan said. There's a difference between the two, and misrepresenting him leads to rumors, leads to all this nonsense. And so just to be clear on that, that's what Bobby was referencing a second ago, and I appreciate his call. Richard, you there? Let's get you on, brother. Asmodeus, who's up in upstate New York. And then we'll go to Exotic Plant Dealer, or at least that's what his name is on the screen. Richard, what's up, brother? Good to see you, brother.
So, Bobby, how you doing?
All right, let's get down to business before you ask me and before you have a few things to discuss.
Yep.
I assume, since you say you're being dragged to Western New York on Wild Card Weekend when you have a home game here where you typically like to be, that New Year's Eve went well.
New Year's Eve did go well. It's not related, so going up to this weekend's not going to be related.
Okay.
But yeah, New Year's Eve did go well.
Okay, so we were both on double dates. Mine went shit. Yours went well. Good. All right. Now where?
So actually, I'm being dragged to Western New York because so you remember the buddy that I was with when we first met, and there's a whole Madison episode, and I was with my buddy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So Broncos made the playoffs, so he's dragging me to the Bills Broncos game up there. So I'm going to Orchard Park to go watch the game over there.
Nice. You're gonna go watch the second teamer.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna joke over there and just say that I'm the scout team for the Ravens over there.
Good for you. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do right now?
Sure.
All right, watch this. We're gonna do this right now. We're gonna call my Buffalo boy and get the exact tailgate location, and then tell you. Ready?
All right.
Mark Metzler from Buffalo. Let's see if he answers. Come on. This guy's the epitome of Buffalo. Regardless, though, when he texts me, I'll make sure that you get the tailgate information.
Okay.
But this is one you're going to want to go to with your boy if you guys are looking to get after it.
All right. Sounds good.
Of course, he's not going to answer since we're live right now. But, all right. But we'll leave a quick voicemail for him.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Metsy, over 900 people right now listening to this voicemail because we're live on my YouTube channel. Hey, I got a guy that is going to be up at the tailgate or going to the game. Is it Sunday or it's Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sunday 1.
Sunday. So, Metsy, text me what your tailgate location is. I want to make sure this guy gets it because he's looking for various things to do prior to the game. So, anyway, love you. Talk to you. He's going to be so confused with that. Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, so I mean, we're pretty much going to be going over there. But I mean, yeah, I don't know if it was was it yours? Someone was asking me. It could have been Purple Rain podcast, but someone was saying that they were nervous about this game tomorrow. I'm not nervous about this game at all. I think we're gonna stomp the floor of Pittsburgh. I said it for several weeks now. I think this team is Super Bowl bound. I think there was just a right mix of adversity that had to happen this season, which did happen. We're looking back at the defense where the defense was ranked, at some points it was like 30 at 29, 28th. Now it's ranked first. That's a big one. Coach of the Year is a big one. A lot of, it's a little bit different things than what happened in 2012, but it gives me the same kind of vibe that it's going to be the same thing that's going to happen. So definitely looking forward to it. I'm not sweating at all. The games that I try to make are the games that I think that that we may or may not win. So for me, I try to go over there and I hype the shit out of my section. So when I think it was I don't remember which game it was. It was probably the Ravens versus the Bills, or it was one of the games where the best were trying to give us some bad flags. So it started the bullshit chant, the guns, and then it ended up getting a response from the live broadcast saying the obligatory BS chants.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and started one of those. So,
all right. So, long story short, you feel confident going into the weekend. You're taking an opportunity to go to a different venue, a different stadium for free. I would think this is an invitation. So you're going to go experience something different, and then maybe, just maybe, if there's a home divisional round game, you'll definitely be there. And then maybe, just maybe, you'll be going back to Buffalo in a week and you'll have everything down like to a science because of this experience this weekend for the divisional round next weekend.
Exactly. And then also the one thing I was on my bucket list is that at some point I want to go to each of the it'll be 29 after this one, 29 other stadiums in the US, and just next year I'm going to Green Bay to go watch the Ravens game. So
nice.
I'm going to be doing that. That would be fun.
Beautiful. Hey, chat is really, really distracting me right now. So I have to ask, what do you have on your bottom lip?
Bottom lip?
Yeah. What is that?
What, this?
You doing blow?
No.
Okay.
It's probably, honestly, it's probably flour or starch. I'm in the middle of making shrimp tempura right now.
I thought you look, this time of year in Western New York, I know my guys better than anybody. It's very
I'm definitely 100% sober, I think.
Listen, I know you're a cigar smoker. You're always so generous with the stogies that you give me live on the air. I just wasn't sure if you had gotten your Western New York tundra weekend underway early. So just wanted to clarify that. And we will catch up soon, brother. I can't wait to get a full debrief on more of the New Year's Eve details. All right?
Yep, definitely.
All right. Catch you soon. Stay warm up there and stay safe. Oh, man. Well, the perfect segue, we're going to head off to Exotic Plant Dealer, and then we'll go on to Gene. And I cannot wait to get an actual name for you. What's going on, dude?
How's it? Yeah, my name is Justin.
Oh, Justin. Okay, what's going on, dude? You're a first-time caller. Where are you calling from? What you got for me tonight?
I'm calling you from Joppatown. I'm out here about to do a job to save up for my Super Bowl tickets.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, cool. So where's your mind at tonight?
So I just want to say I would definitely keep an eye on number 80. I think he has his biggest game yet, at least 80 yards, touchdown. I think I lost you there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, dude, you want to try coming in, coming out maybe, and redoing the connection there. Let's give that another shot. Gene, we'll go to you. What's up, dude? Good to see you again.
Hey, what's up? I actually liked what he was gonna say about number 80. That's why likely having a good game because, Zay Flowers being out, I think we're gonna use the tight ends more.
And think about it too. People forget that prior to the second time these two teams met, Mark Andrews had never scored a touchdown against Pittsburgh. So they sell out to stop him by any means necessary. And if history repeats itself, they're gonna need Isaiah to show up.
Yeah, exactly. I really like how we gotta, if we beat Steelers, we go to Buffalo. Well, presumably if they win against Denver, and then we go to Kansas City. So we have so many opportunities to slay these demons in the postseason that have been haunting Lamar and just this organization for the past 10 plus years now, 12, right? So it's just such a great opportunity. We cannot blow this. I had the same feeling last year and in 2019 in all these years, but I've actually preferred if the Steelers game was closer because it was just, last year we blew out the Texans and we kind of just felt like, oh, we're just going to breeze our way through the Super Bowl. Chiefs started all that. And then we fell, on our face. And I really want this game to be closer to get that experience and build up that momentum and get the ball rolling. But yeah, it's a must win for the organization, for John, for the team, just in general.
They're at a point where the way the path is projected to be, they'll have earned it if they bunch their tickets to New Orleans. That's for sure. So, anything else, Gene?
No, just excited for this game. Big Isaiah Likely game, 100%, and this defense really turned it around.
You already know. Hey, we're going to be doing a Maryland flag giveaway similar to the one behind me on tomorrow night's post-game show. So hopefully everybody can come in and enter the giveaway if you guys are interested in doing so. And Gene, thanks for the call tonight, man. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you. See you.
Coming up tomorrow night, that's what we're doing. 8 o'clock kickoff inside the bank. Couple super chats. Then we'll go back to the line, try and give Exotic another chance. Captain Hard says, go black, you don't go back. Perfect first team to play if the Ravens and Lamar start the playoffs. Beating one of their so-called kryptonites, I think the mental and confidence will be dangerous. Appreciate you, Captain. And DJ Spectacular says, love your show. You and Sarah rock all year, every year. We appreciate you, DJ. Happy New Year to you and yours. Hope you're gearing up for a great game coming up tomorrow night. Let's give Exotic another chance. All right, Justin, good to see you.
How's it going, Bobby? Yeah, whoever said, is he calling from Virgin Mobile? I'm going to have to find you about that.
What you got for us tonight, Justin?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I definitely keep an eye on number 80, Isaiah Likely. I think he has a great game. It's probably his best game yet. I think there's going to be a big focus on Mark. Obviously, they know we're coming with the run game. It's unstoppable either way. But I think Isaiah has a great game.
All right, now on to the important stuff. How you paying for your Super Bowl tickets?
Oh, I'm doing junk removal. I've got to get with you about the sponsor. I'll have to sponsor you one episode or something.
Hey, a couple of these small businesses have been doing that just to kind of take advantage of January. We're having an unbelievable month viewership wise. So if you need details on that, just hit us up via email. We'll get you what you need.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you very much, Bobby.
All right, man. Yep. Enjoy it this weekend. Talk to you. Justin from Joppatown, or at least calling from Joppatown. Appreciate him for doing so. And appreciate all 900 plus of you who are concurrently watching. You guys have been cracking me up, man. I've been trying to hold in a laugh for what feels like minutes. You guys are, oh shit. All right. Let's see. Couple things in order here. Impromptu. spontaneous date for me tonight in DC, in the DuPont Circle area. I'm back to oversharing. I tried it for 1 week. I didn't like it, so I'm back to oversharing. Friend of a friend, good Loyola buddies, girlfriend's younger sister. A little bit younger than me. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to overshare until we know how the first date went. But that's what's going on tonight. So I'm about to hit the road here and go down to the district here shortly. Wherever Evan is, Evan Burstein. Evan, are we getting a drink after if this date goes south? Because I know you're in the Northwest area. You know where I'll be. Let's run that up. Oh, here he is, right on cue. Here he is. Hey, the best part about this is the first time around where I did that DC stunt last month, Evan and I ended up chatting off the air, and he gave me like all these recommendations because he's a gourmet chef. And Evan, I just went back to your text message list, and we're either going to do the same one as last time. I'm not going to say these just in case people are in DC. I can't have you people showing up in DC tonight, but we're either going to do the one from I told you about last time, or I don't know how to describe the other one. But anyway, that's what we got going on tonight. And yeah, Smitty. Good Lord, Smitty. That is a hell of a live chat right now. Unbelievable. All right. Well, here's the deal. If it goes south, Evan and I will be having drinks around 10 o'clock. If it goes north, I won't be available for the pregame show tomorrow. And on that note, thank you guys for being with me. Thanks to Primary Residential Mortgage for the continued support. Like the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I'm dropping my daily live content. And I would love for you guys to join the Bobby Baltimore Discord server. It's 24/7 conversation surrounding Baltimore sports. It's a hub, and I would love for you to do so. It is free. Go to the show notes. Thanks, guys, for being here. We'll catch up with you guys later. Talk to you soon.